have to have a talk with my peoples today. I don't want to have this tough conversation, but actually I kind of do. I just don't know how to start this conversation because it's a conversation that many of us don't ever want to have, although it's a conversation that you need to have. And I don't understand why black families are always so gung-ho about not having this conversation. I think it's fucking stupid. What I'm finna say, I'm not trying to sound insensitive about, people are dying every day, B. And I do not understand what is so hard about black families saying, hey, he gonna get in front of you. He gonna get right in front of you. It's fucking annoying. It's fucking annoying to drive in Chicago. I seen him wanting to get in front of you 10 blocks away. Obviously, you can see my anxiety is high. I tried to have this conversation with my dad when my mom passed. So it wasn't even about him, but I wanted to include him because my mom was very sick. She had dementia. And these were questions that her nurse and her doctor were saying, hey, you need to ask her these things while she's coherent now. And we had a big argument because my dad thought that I was trying to like kill off my mother. It's like, I'm not trying to kill off my mother. I'm trying to honor whatever she wants me to do when she is no longer here to tell me. It is so frustrating. So now, all right, I made it home. Went and got me a little cheer me up. I wasn't able to really have a conversation with y'all in the car. It was state troopers on the expressway, driving 82. Now I'm doing 79, y'all. But I'm gonna get on over because I don't know what he on. Then if he get over, then I know. I couldn't let y'all see me get all emotional in my own video. I had to cut that off. Cut. Basically what I was trying to say before I was so rudely interrupted by every stimuli that was on the road today. What I'm basically trying to say is my dad died Friday, and I feel that, how do I want to say this? There's been a lot of death around me. Let me say that. Probably, I don't know, maybe the past 2 years. My mom died in 2024, the end of 2024, October 2024. I had a girlfriend who just randomly fell down the stairs and broke her neck and passed away. I recently had a girlfriend that passed away. She was taking flying lessons. She learned how to fly. She acquired her own plane and then ended up passing away in a plane crash. And then Friday, my dad dies. I mean, I'm not even talking about the deaths of classmates. I'm 47. I've had about 3 or 4 classmates that have passed away either in car accidents, hit and runs, just regular ailments. And I'm just like, okay, these are all signs. What I'm asking y'all to do, because I feel like this is something that runs rampant in our communities. We do not sit down and have the conversation with our parents or our kids. I don't have kids, but I know that there are people, of course, that have kids. Y'all need to sit down. I know it would normally be this big old age, but yes, even at this young age of 47, because you're not supposed to be dying at 47, have the conversation with your kids about what your finances look like, your final estate planning, how you want to be treated if you are incapacitated. There is nothing wrong with planning your death because we are all going to pass away. We are all here on borrowed time. And I don't see the stigma in having that conversation with your loved one saying, hey, This is what I have in my account. I have 3 credit cards. I have 14 subscriptions. I got a Peacock. I got Netflix. I got Paramount. I got Zeus. Whatever you have, I got social media. Tell your family what you have going on so that when you pass away, they can handle your affairs and not spend a week trying not to obtain passwords, getting documents signed, sealed, and delivered so they can have access to your banking accounts. Have the conversations now, because when you are gone and you are no longer here to say, hey, this is my account number, you are making it harder on your family members and your loved ones. I find it very selfish that you expect people to bury you in a certain way when you haven't had the conversation of how you want to be buried. Do you want to be cremated? Do you want to have a funeral? What cemetery do you want to be buried in? Do you have a plot? Again, these are all things that y'all should be having conversations about now. Don't wait. Don't wait until your parents is 80. Have the conversations now while they are in their right minds, while they are able-bodied, and they know exactly where everything is. Because hopefully they have their stuff laid out and they know exactly where everything is. They know how to gain access to their thrift savings or their 401k, their IRA plans. I'm just saying, to save you the stress, because it is stressful trying to bury somebody. Don't make it hard on your family by keeping everything hush-hush because you don't want nobody knowing your business. Because when you die, you're going to need everybody to be all up in your business. I tried to have the conversation with my dad when my mom was taken ill. And we got into a big argument. Like, the argument was nasty. And I think the older generation just feels, maybe they feel like they got to hold on to everything and take care of everything themselves just because of how they grew up. Like, probably like in the South, like my parents came up from the South. That was different times in the 40s and the 50s in the South. So, I mean, maybe you did have to hold on and keep everything close to your chest, but it's 2026 now. We got too much technology, there's digital shit that's going on. We need to know what you got going on so we can take care of business when you're not here. And it's so frustrating that even in 2026, we are still not having the conversations with our parents and our kids. Your kids are not made of paper. Your kids will be okay if you tell them exactly what you want, how you want to be buried, what you got in your accounts. I ain't saying you got to tell them down to the money, but somebody, your spouse, your mom, maybe your oldest child, somebody should have access to your account. At least they should be able to have access once you pass. I don't know if you can talk to a lawyer about, okay, when I pass away, then she can have access to my accounts. This is what I have. This is what I want done. But there should be a will in place, people. Like, come on. I wasn't able to have that conversation with my dad because it got so heated and damn near traumatizing. So it wasn't from lack of me trying to have the conversation. So when my mom passed, here we are trying to figure out what's going on. When he started to fall ill, I asked my niece if she knew like what he wanted done, because he trusted her. You know, he felt that I was the spawn of Satan for asking the questions that need to be asked. So he trusts my niece, so he was able to divulge in her and let her know what he wanted. But not really, because there are still some things that we don't know. My dad's a veteran. We didn't know about the veteran shit. He rarely talked about his time in Vietnam, which probably made him the type of post-traumatic syndrome disorder nigga that he was. He was, and I feel like he was at home all this time. He could have been checking out this stuff, double checking, crossing his T's, dotting his I's. Like, when the military say they're going to bury you, that's exactly what they mean. They are going to bury you. How you get from the hospital after passing or your home after passing to the burial site, that's another whole other conversation. They're not paying for that. But they not cutting out no checks saying, hey, here, go pay for your funeral. No, you have to come up with that money and then they reimburse you in a year's time. Learn from my mistakes. And I'm begging that y'all learn from my mistakes. Talk to your family. Definitely talk to your parents. Because we are supposed to bury our parents. Talk to your parents about what they got going on. If you are already their power of attorney, then you should already know and have access to their accounts and the bank vaults and the safety deposit box and all that stuff. But also talk to your kids. Because if your parents are older, they're not gonna have the energy to go to all these different places. We had to go to 3 different places. And we still going to places. You know, shout out to my niece for having the energy to. You know, I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. I haven't done my own work. Like, I have beneficiaries in place, but I need to update my shit. Like, I literally have, hold on. Literally have this packet here. As y'all can see, this plastic is still on it. Because I too is bullshitting around with my estate planning, my will planning. So I don't want you to make it seem like I got all my shit together, but I'm definitely gonna be doing this shit this weekend. I just want you to understand how important this is, because whenever I hear like Chadwick Boseman, Young Dolph, Malcolm Jamal Warner. Young Dolph had a very nice ass estate, and he was very smart with money, but no will. So now, who's supposed to take over? The state? Like, who distributes your assets? Chadwick Boseman. There's another issue with his estate. His assets hasn't been distributed. There's some issue going on with that over there, because he didn't have a will. And we just recently heard about Malcolm Jamal Warner's issue. Like, his wife is fighting tooth and nail trying to get what he promised her after death. And his mama's just like, if you had a will, everything will already be laid down what you want done. My guy's an engineer, and he has a website that is constructed around people laying out their estate planning wishes. Everything down to even planning an obituary. And that's another thing. Let me put a pin in that. Ask your parents about their life, because it's a lot of stuff I don't know, and a lot of my dad's siblings are gone. So just sit down and just record it. Like, Mom, Dad, tell me about your life. Where did you grow up? Where did you go to school? Or you went to college? What college did you go to? I forgot that my dad went to college. He went to Kennedy King to get a CDL. When you're stressed, you don't remember everything. So these are the things you should be asking your parents. In addition to the vehicle registration, taxes, all of that information you need to know. So taking the pen out. The website is called bestfarewell.com. And I have an account. And I still have not done 1/3 of the work that needs to be done. I literally just showed you my HR benefits package here, unopened. I've had this since February. So, Pot Kettle, hello, nice to meet you. You are free to go onto this website and you can get yours started too. Or use anything, Trust and Will. He's affiliated with them as well. It doesn't matter who you use. You know, I'm gonna be using that one though. Use anything. You contact your lawyers. At least have them draft up a will. Do not get caught up in being too scared, or I don't want to think about death. We are all going to die. Please have the conversations now so that you are not cussing yourself out later.